today we're recording on the iPhone because my dumbass forgot my GoPro. So this is going to be interesting. Thankfully, it's not a super hot day today. The wind isn't too bad, so I think we're going to be able to get through this. I bought something. You already seen it in the thumbnail, and let's just get to it. So here she is, a 2002 Mercedes-Benz S500. Now, I brought all kinds of stuff with me today. Booster pack, I brought gasoline, I brought water bottles, I brought everything that I could think of except my portable air compressor. Totally forgot the portable air compressor. First glance, it's filthy, it's nasty, it's a dirty girl. It's a real dirty girl. And it's sitting flat on the ground. Now, the interior actually looks pretty damn good. Look at this, right? Not bad. Sorry for the noise from my truck there. Door panels look good. The interior actually looks pretty damn nice. So, another thing I forgot to bring, I'm not on my game today, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm absolutely not on my game today. I think I'm just exhausted, man. I've been working constantly and I'm just burned out. But this is the key to open the trunk. All right. And it is attached to this braided steel line that I have nothing to cut it off with. To jumpstart the car, you got to get in the trunk. To get in the trunk, you're going to need that key. At least that's what I think anyway. The hood is stuck closed. That's fun. Let me see if I could try to pop that again. I would like to, no, I think she's going to be stuck closed. Great. This is listed as a non-runner. There we go. Hold on, guys. Bear with me. There we go. Oh, and the hood struts are failing as well. It's listed as a non-runner with like 222,000 miles. It's listed as mechanical damage. Isn't she a beauty, though? I mean, I know it's not the S600, but in my opinion, it's still a beautiful car. Now, if I remember correctly, there is nowhere under the hood to jumpstart this car. So, we'll get into the trunk because I already tried, and thankfully somebody left the trunk unlocked so you could just get up under here and push this. Whee, there we go. There we go. There's the battery. And by the way, that's not the right battery for this car either. Completely wrong battery. So I'm going to grab the booster pack. Let's hook it up and let's see what it does. It's actually got the really nice key. It's got the key with like the metal chrome colored surrounding. Very nice. The car honestly looks to be in really good shape. We'll just have to see if it starts. All right, we got the JNC 1224 hooked up. She's fully charged and ready to go. I got a little motivation just in case the car decides it doesn't want to run. You can see it's probably been sitting a really, really long time, so it could, who knows, bad fuel pump. Let's see, the dash is lit up, 222,000 miles. Oh, yep, she's definitely not trying to run, huh? Not at all. Well, I mean, it was listed as mechanical damage, so I guess the only thing now to do is spray some starting fluid under the hood, and that'll at least let us know if we've got a fuel issue or not. Yeah, she's not trying to do nothing. Okay, I'm going to spray some starting fluid into the intake, and let's see if that makes any difference. Sprayed a little in there. Yep. She tried to start. It's a fuel problem. It's a fuel problem. She tried to start. Sounds like someone cut the catalytic converters off of it too. Oh, that's nice. That's real nice. Someone cut the cats off of it. Okay, we'll spray some more in there, see if we can get it running. But it definitely sounds like someone cut the cats off, so that is really, really awesome as well. All right, let's try this again. Yeah. Ah, boy, oh boy. All right, guys. This is definitely a problem. I don't think we're going to get this one started out here, so... Cup holders. Got anything in here? Nope. In the glove box, we got some insurance, some title transfer fees. Ah, shoot. To me, though, because it tries to start with starting fluid, it really does sound like it's probably going to be a bad fuel pump. I think I'm going to hit it one more time with starting fluid, just to see if we can get it to crank over, and then I'm probably going to have to call a tow truck. Why would I call a tow truck when I've got two trailers? My trailers are an hour away. The Cobalt is sitting on top of a trailer. I can't get the Cobalt off yet. So, yeah, it's probably just best. And with as low as this thing's sitting to the ground, it's probably best just to call a tow truck out. Last attempt. Yeah, she's just not doing it, man. I mean, I put a ton of starting fluid in it this time. It ain't even sound like it's trying, man. So we're back. It took a little while. We got it to the house. I got a fire extinguisher right here. We got the intake box off. We have direct access to the throttle body right here. I think what I want to do is just take, this is not the right way to do it, but I think I'm just going to take this, dump just a tad, not a whole bunch. I want to dump some gasoline down in the engine, crank it over, and see if it makes any attempt to run at all. Give it a try. Not a damn thing. Put your foot on the gas, give it a little gas, and crank it. Okay, well, she's definitely not trying to start at all. So I guess the next step for me will be checking coils. I don't believe we have any fuel at all, but it doesn't appear that fuel is the issue at this point, because we dumped fuel down it, but you notice there's no fuel coming out of here when I push the button. So we do know that the fuel's not working, but there's something else going on here. So I think we should take one of these coils out and basically put a spark plug in it. Take a look at the spark plugs. In fact, we might as well really just take all the spark plugs out, pull the coils, make sure we got spark on everything, and take it from there. Well, try it again. Nothing now. It doesn't even do anything anymore. Okay. Well, we're having fun now, aren't we? So I found a few blown fuses, and one of them was for the coils. Thankfully, I've got an old Chevy Cavalier over there that had a few fuses that I could borrow out of it. I don't know if this is going to make any difference or not, but now it doesn't want to do anything. It's not even attempting to start at all. All right, guys, I'm gonna have to call it a night. It is after midnight here, And I think you guys are gonna love this. Man, I've been tearing into this bad boy. There's a fuse block under here that you can't see. Yeah, anyway, there's a fuse block under here. I've got 12 volts going to it. I've got 4 volts coming out of it. So I'm pretty certain we fried the fuse block under there while we were attempting to start it. Back here, I've obviously got the Autel MaxiSys Elite out, and I have been attempting to gain access to the fuel pump to see if I can hear it. There's a couple things on this. You'll see where it says 11.8 volts, right? Okay, good deal. If the fuel pump is functioning, okay, if the fuel pump is working, we should see that fluctuate and we should hear the fuel pump. Now, if the fuel pump is frozen, however, if it's dead, it should still try to engage, and when we turn it on, we should see that number 11.8 volts dip significantly, and then it should error out. So I'm going to push F3 here. We're going to activate the fuel pump, and let's watch that 11.8 volts up there. I don't hear a fuel pump. The voltage is not moving. Seems like yep, there we go. Function is not supported. It's not that it's not supported. It's that the computer does not have access to the fuel pump. What that means is we could have a problem in the wiring down by the fuel pump. That's a possibility. This is an external pump and filter assembly. Or what my guess is, I also found a split wire down here. The main wire. Let me get my arm out of the way here. This is the main wire coming from the battery in here. And look at this. Look at that, copper exposed. Got to be real careful. I'm about to disconnect the battery. I'm going to take this tray out. There's another fuse box sitting right there. But I can't access that fuse box very well from where I'm at. So I'm going to take this out, disconnect the battery, get down in there, check all those fuses, because the fuel pump fuse is in there as well. I'm going to work on this for a few more minutes, guys. I think we're just going to have to come back to this tomorrow. I'm exhausted. So when I said I was going home and going to bed, I absolutely lied. There is where the fuse box underneath the dash goes. It's underneath this carpeting right here. And here is the actual fuse block assembly, which I think is kind of cool. This whole thing comes out as an assembly. So obviously you've got this big orange one right here, which is 150 ampere. You can clearly see that one's good. Next, you've got a 60 ampere. That one's a little harder to see, but I'm sure you can see. It looks good. Okay, but here, right here, guys, this is a big one. This is a 150 ampere, and I know it's difficult to see, but if you look in there, you can see where it's split. At least I can. I don't know if you can see that on camera or not, but in any case, right there is the best vantage point, I think. You see that line going across the middle, but then you see it's broken, dead in the center, right between the 1 and the 5. Yeah, 150 ampere is blown. With that fuse being blown, most likely that's the culprit for why the car is not starting. We found the 5 other blown fuses throughout the car, including in the back seat here. I did a little more work in here. 2 blown fuses, 15 and a 7.5. Unfortunately, they don't go to the fuel pump. So what I did is I swapped out the rear window defogger with the fuel pump relay, hoping that might fix it. This is the fuel pump fuse. It is good. The fuses that were blown were this one right here. This 7.5 had the wrong fuse in it, and this one right here. Unfortunately, neither one of these have anything to do with the car starting and running. So basically, taking all this apart was probably for nothing. I've got the battery on charge. I'm going to let it charge overnight. I am going to go home now because now I have figured out the issue with why the car is not cranking. This does not mean that the car is going to run. Okay, I want to make that very clear. For you guys, it'll be a matter of seconds. For me, it'll probably be another day or two. But this fuse should simply get us back to where we were to begin with, where the car was actually cranking. Most likely, this is not going to cause it to start. But with all the other blown fuses that I found under the hood, there were 3 more under here. Let's see which ones they were. They were this 10 right here, this tin right here and this tin right here. Now, these are not supposed to be tins, but this is all I had, so they'll have to work for now. These 3 were blown. This one, point this out again, these 2 right here and that tin right there were blown as well. There's your starter relay. You can see that has been replaced. So that's pretty much where we're going to leave it off for tonight, guys. I'm going to shut her down, go home. It is it's about 1 o'clock in the morning, 1:30, something like that. And I'm going to get some sleep, and I want to come back and mess with this tomorrow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's the next day. I'm not going to lie to you. I've spent all day yesterday, all night yesterday, and a good portion of today working on this, and I can't figure it out. It was cranking over just fine. I checked all the fuses. We had 5 blown fuses, 6 if you include the 150 amp under the footwell. I could not find another 150 amp fuse like that. Mercedes only sells the whole damn thing right there, that whole piece, and it's $210, and it has to be shipped, and there's delayed shipping. It's like, come on now, we can't pay $200 for this. I checked the local junkyards, pull apart LKQ, they don't have any of these out there, so I'm kind of at a loss. What I did do, which you'll see the fire extinguisher right here, I have bypassed that fuse with some household extension cord wire that should be more than capable of handling the current going through it. This is the last step before I'm just going to have to give up on this and put it on a back burner for a while. Okay, we'll spray some starting fluid in it and cross our fingers and hope for the best. I've done everything I can. I've replaced every fuse that I could find that was blown. She's running on her own? She's running. She's running. Oh my God. Is it running on its own fuel pump? Oh my God. On its own fuel pump? It didn't even need starting fluid. Or did it? Oh, shoot. Okay. 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 I'm trying to think of where to go from here. So I thought maybe it was running on its own fuel. Obviously it's not. I just can't believe it's running. I can't believe it's running. I can't believe this thing's running. I'm hoping that the air suspension will jack itself up. Let's spray a little starting fluid in to keep it running. Oh my God, that sounds mean. That is nasty. Nasty. I heard the secondary air injection pump. What I am not seeing though is the suspension making any attempt to raise itself up. I don't know how long it's got to be running to do that, but the suspension is definitely not airing up, and that's a huge deal to me. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm super excited that it's running. We got her running. I know it's going to need a fuel pump. I suspected as much. John is on his way, and he's bringing the fuel pump with him for this. You guys may remember John from back in the day. He's got those Harley-Davidson trucks. He's got the S-Class Mercedes. Cool dude. Haven't seen him in a while, but he's on his way with a fuel pump. We might be able to get this thing to actually run on its own today. But guys, we got to get this thing up off the ground. And I don't really know the button for, see, that doesn't do anything. The raise up button doesn't seem to do anything either. The tow button off, that doesn't seem to do anything neither. So, the radio too, I don't believe the radio does anything at all. Yes, it does. The radio works now. You just can barely see the screen. In fact, you guys probably can't at all, but there it is. The radio's functioning now. That's something that wasn't working before. So a lot of things are actually starting to work now. I guess it's just a matter of... Oh, you're all right. I guess it's just a matter now of trying to get it to run long enough. I don't want to scare anybody, so I'm not going to try to start it again until all these kids are moved around. But we got to try to get it running long enough to hopefully the air suspension will raise itself up, or long enough to push a button and see if it'll go up. You guys comment below. I'm going to fiddle with this a little bit longer, and then I'll come back and we'll pick up where we left off. All right, so we're going to make an attempt. We're going to have to shoot some more in it. Going to make an attempt to move it for the first time. There we go. See if it'll there she goes. There she goes. See if it'll move forward on its own. Yeah, she moves. Well, that's something right there. All right, guys, she's working. She's working. This is where this computer right here, this MaxiSys Elite, is a necessity if you're going to be working on these types of cars. Now this side, well, this side has definitely lifted up because I've got a jack in it. So that's really not fair. But over here, look at this. Look at the front strut over here. Way better. I think it should be higher, but it's probably confused because I've got this jack over here, which I'm going to go ahead and lower this down to a... Oh, there's Lucky in his Z06. And there's John. I forgot to tell you, John is here. He brought us parts, man. There's Lucky's Wheels and Deals right there, man. What's up, Lucky? Oh, man, that thing is sexy. Oh, my God. Oh, I'd be evicted if it wasn't for the fact my lease was already up, so I don't give a damn. Okay, it says component Y36 left control valve is not operating properly, or the valve block and suspension are not tight. Anyway, we're going to keep working on this. As it turns out, it was simply a blown fuse. Right there, 30 ampere. That fuse right there was blown. And now, at least, hear it? At least we're able to communicate with the suspension. We weren't able to do that before. And at least we got the front end off the ground. You know what I mean? Like, that's huge. Now, I'll work on getting the back end off the ground. And then we might be able to get a fuel pump in this thing and actually have it running. I wouldn't drive it far, but we could drive it around the block or something.
I wouldn't on that tire.
Oh, yeah, that tire. Oh, man. Well, maybe. I've got a compressor in there, maybe. Look how much higher it is now.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
No, you had nothing for gas now.
Look at that.
You're almost at 3 fingers.
I'm so happy.
You're
Almost three. We're almost to 3 fingers up in there now. You see it. It's raising up off the ground, man. The back end is coming up off the ground, too. So we're getting there, guys. I'll probably have to run that test a couple more times, but we're getting to where if we can get the ass end off the ground, we can get under here, get this fuel pump changed out. Now, this side over here is... This side is no bueno, man. This side is still real bad. I'll keep playing with it. We'll come back. Say what's up to Lucky's Wheels and Deals, guys. Check them out on YouTube.
Go get some merch, man.
Yep, go get some merch. Subscribe to them on YouTube, man. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. I'm going to say there's a mouse nest. What do you think? Mouse nest under there? Yeah? Man, I got to give a big thank you to John. I didn't expect him to be doing nothing out here today. He just did enough bringing me a fuel pump and an air compressor that thankfully we didn't need. But
we have no
mouse?
No mouse nest.
Well, that's good.
No snakes running around.
But
we have a watermark.
A watermark?
Oh, yeah.
Like a water line?
Yep.
Oh, no. Oh, dude, there's a water line on the side of it. I didn't see that. Yep. Oh, no. Oh, no. I didn't see this right here, guys. You see that? That's a water line. Well, keep in mind.
Yeah.
It was sitting on the ground.
Correct.
Body was literally slammed all the way to the ground. So sitting out at the lot, you know, all the rain we had, normally this wouldn't have even gone above the tires, but because the body was laying on the ground.
Yeah, sure. And
before everybody yells at me, there's a jack stand under there. Okay, got a jack stand.
Oh,
wow.
That doesn't look like Oklahoma dirt. That looks like Texas dirt.
Wow. Well, yeah, there's a hell of a water line right there too, isn't there? I wonder if the fuel pump doesn't work. And we found this tire is blown right here.
Not even the right size anyway.
Yeah, it's the wrong size anyway, so gonna have to get another tire. And the aromatic strut, although we got all the struts to come up, this one right here was not working. But I don't know if you've ever done this, John, but I have. Sometimes you can jack the car up on the side that's not airing up and just leave it in the air.
It'll drive.
And then you turn on the car, run the compressor.
It's possible.
And it might come back, but it's pretty much out the door. Here's what the aromatic struts look like. There it is right there. This one is functioning, but that one on the other side isn't. It doesn't look like it's that difficult to get to.
Nice lip on the rotor.
Oh yeah, that's a real thick lip on the rotor. And they're rusted pretty good too, which means they've been sitting here a while.
Yeah, your fuel pump right there, and the fuel pump is, I mean, it has a Mercedes part number on it, which tells me it might
There's
be...
the pump and filter.
It might be original. That might be an original.
And it does have the non-reusable clamps.
Yeah.
Wow. Great. That looks so... Okay, so the filter has aftermarket clamps, but the fuel pump does not.
Okay.
Great. Well, now we know. All right, guys. New fuel pump is on, and both of these gentlemen right here, for you, those of you calling me auto auction refills, because I'm about to fill the tank with gasoline. I already hear it coming. Auto auction refills is at it again. I was under even though we don't have video proof of it. I was literally, I was under there. I did it. So we're gonna put some fresh gas in it, and then we're gonna start it together and see if it runs, guys. Because if it runs, we can actually take this carefully, very carefully around the block. Yeah, John's like, I don't know about all that. One wheel's gonna be sitting down like this on the ground, but that's okay. I'm determined, man. We got it yesterday. I want to, within like 24 hours of having this car here, to be able to say it runs and drives. So let's get some gas in it and let's see what she does. Moment of truth, ladies and gentlemen. Whew. I'm gonna cycle it a few times. Hopefully we hear the fuel pump.
Yep.
That's the first time I've heard the fuel pump in this. All right, we'll cycle it a few times, let it prime.
I think it's gonna work.
We put 5 gallons in it, and it gave it just above a quarter tank. That sound right?
Yep.
Yeah?
It's a 20-gallon tank.
Okay, so there we go. All right, guys, it's time. Is it gonna run?
We did it!
Hey, John, bee service is exceeded by 22 days.
Hey, that ain't bad. Only, I mean, just over 3 weeks.
Oh my God, this is crazy. This is crazy.
Yeah. Now, granted, it's not going to have anything on the horsepower.
Yeah. Sounds great.
Our aromatic, visit workshop. Washer fluid. She sounds healthy.
Yeah.
She does.
Yeah, minute.
She sounds healthy.
Idling it, just that's perfect.
I'm telling the car, maybe it's not perfect, but
The
for,
idle right now is perfect.
when you consider the cost of the car, man, like
Yeah, 300?
$350, and I think it was like $490 out the door total, $490. But then I had to pay $135 to get it towed, because even I know everybody's going to be like, Randy, you should have towed it on your trailer. Well, number one, my trailer is an hour away. Number two, my trailer has a car sitting on top of it with a busted front end that can't be moved. And number three, with as low as this thing was sitting to the ground, it wouldn't have gotten on my trailer. There's no way. And I don't have a winch. So I had to call a tow truck, man.
Add it to the car.
Just add it to the car. Hey, I need to see if the headlights and stuff work too, because they weren't working last time.
Nope.
Still no lights.
Nope.
So that's something else we gotta... Yeah, blinkers work, the brake lights work, but the headlights don't, but the brights do.
Do the right side again.
Now it's working off.
The blinkers were working. Yeah, blinkers working. Even the LEDs on the side one's working.
Yeah, you're great on the turn, yeah.
And the brights, if you pull the switch towards you, the brights should come on.
Yep.
Yeah, brights work, so it's only the low beam. So
I wonder if it's the bolts are working.
yeah, I'm
Right, light bulb.
But see, we don't have the side markers on either. Of course, those could be burned out. Maybe, let's see if the backlights are lit up. No.
No?
There's no,
Put it on the brake.
so we've got to have another fuse.
Yeah.
Brake lights work.
Brake lights work. Yep.
So there's got to be a fuse blown. There's got to be to operate. And I'll bet the dash lights don't work either. Bet money the dim and bright dash lights don't work.
Cluster's illuminated.
Oh, okay. Well,
Cluster's on.
I want to see if I can force feed some air in this. I know it's not going to work, but I want to get this button back up, and let's see if we can just take it around the corner and back, just so I can feel good about saying within 24 hours of having the car won and picked up from auction, delivered to my house, within 24 hours, it's running and at least driving. All right, guys. No air conditioning? Damn. All right, so we can't go far in this, obviously. The front end is aired up. The back end is kind of, I don't know what's going on here. Obviously, this side is just, it's flat out not working. So we probably got a bad strut over here. No big deal. What we got to do is take it on a ride. Who all's going? All right, you want to go? Come on, man. Come on. Come on, ride. Ride.
He just don't want to put
I can't push it by myself. Hey, where's my scanner at? I assume it's somewhere safe.
Not under the hood.
It says vehicle rising.
Yeah, no, it's not still under the hood.
Aromatic Sports 2. Visit workshop. Aromatic Convenience. It says vehicles rising, but I don't think it's doing anything. All right. Here we go. Oh wait, e-brake.
He ain't trying to push nothing. What was that?
Woo. That was the exhaust hitting the ground. Aromatic stop. Car is too low.
Oh, yes.
Oh my goodness.
At least it's driving.
But you can see it. We're going 10 miles an hour. We're creeping through suburbia.
Yeah.
All the neighbors wondering what in the hell's going on over here. Okay, guys, this is going to get real boring real fast. I'm going to try to find somewhere up here, just turn around and get this thing back. The fact that we're going 10 miles an hour on a handicap car is good enough for me. All right, let's get this thing back to the house. So I think this is a good point to end the video. We got a ton accomplished in the first 24 hours of having this Mercedes-Benz 2002 S500 in our possession. It went from a car that definitely did not run, absolutely did not drive, and had a ton of problems, blown fuses all over the car. What a pain in the it was to sort this one out, but we've got it going, we've got it running, we've got it driving. And beyond that, we even got the aromatic system functioning. When I was running my Autel Maxisys Elite on it, I was unable to even communicate with the aromatic system. The aromatic control module was failing to communicate, failing to respond. The fuel pump was dead as a doornail. Guys, you can go out there, put the key in it, it will fire up. It doesn't drive down the road happily, but it does drive down the road. It needs a couple tires. We still have a little bit more to sort out with the aromatic system, but it turned out, even though, and I want to point this out to you guys as kind of like a closing thought, just because you have continuity between your fuses from one pole of your fuse to the other does not mean the fuse is good. I made that mistake myself, and I know better. That's the thing. I know better, and I made the mistake. I checked all of those fuses for continuity. Every single one of them, after I replaced the blown fuses, was good. But when I came back and actually put my voltmeter on it, I found that one fuse was no good. So maybe it blew after I tested it the first time. Maybe I accidentally missed that fuse. I don't know. But what I do know is we found that fuse and we replaced it, and the aromatic system came back to life. Front of the vehicle is raised up nice. The rear, iffy. So obviously there is more work to do, but I mean, think about this, guys. In 24 hours, we took a vehicle and we got it to run and drive up and down the street. Now, it does suck that all of the catalytic converters have been cut off, but I guess that gives us a good excuse to just straight pipe the damn thing and run straight pipes right out the back of it. Hell, why not? Maybe we can find some aromatic struts, which I'm assuming are bad on the rear. Hopefully we can get those figured out, because I did run a diagnostic on the aromatic system. It turns out all of the valves, everything is functioning. The compressor, all of it appears to be functioning properly. It's just the rear struts. One is sitting too low and the other one just isn't doing anything at all. So comment below, tell me what you think. I mean, realistically, guys, this car was $490 out the door. At this point, like, the key for that car alone is going to cost almost that much. The car was free, so I'm not too upset. And we got to give a big shout out to John for coming down here, bringing us a fuel pump and thinking ahead and bring the aromatic pump just in case it was dead on this car as well. Truly appreciate you, John, for coming down here. With that, everybody, I am going to get out of here. If you enjoy this content, please don't hesitate to give the video a big thumbs up. Let me know that you enjoy this type of content. Share the video with your friends. I truly appreciate it. And with that, I hope you're healthy, your family's healthy. I hope you're financially doing all right, getting through this situation well. I'm hoping that we're through the worst of it and that things are going to start getting better, and hopefully we can start getting back to normal. Until next time, everybody, stay safe out there. I will catch you all very soon in the next one.